Yo, what's up, guys? Massive win tonight for the Toronto Raptors, defeating the Brooklyn Nets 136-101, guys. And with the help of the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics, the Raptors finish in the 5th seed and have a matchup with the Cleveland Cavaliers, guys. So much for Knicks fans saying, oh, Raptors are dog water, easy first round exit. Well, you know what, Knicks fans? Have fun with the Atlanta Hawks for a 7-game series, possibly, because we obviously know a lot of Knicks fans wanted the Raptors because we obviously know the numbers that the Knicks have had over the Raptors, winning 13 straight against us, really dominating the Raptors. But the New York Knicks do not get their favorable matchup. The Raptors end up getting, I feel, a more favorable matchup for them in playing the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Raptors, guys, did a great job tonight getting business done against the Brooklyn Nets. Now, obviously, it was a little bit sketchy out a little bit in the first half, I felt, especially in that second quarter. Raptors took a lead, after Brooklyn had came out shooting the ball pretty well. Raptors had to wake up a little bit. You even heard Scotty Barnes saying it on the mic, what the hell are we doing? The Raptors needed to wake up a little bit. They did. After Brooklyn came out hot, the Raptors went on like a 15-3 run, took the lead, started commanding the game a little bit. Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes and RJ Barrett, obviously the three most important guys offensively for the Raptors, guys, carried the workload offensively for the Raptors in the first half. Scotty had 14. You had B.I. with 12. You had R.J. as well with 14, guys. So, you can't ask much more from those three guys having 40 points combined in the first half, guys. It's absolutely sensational work by those guys. They're doing it with great efficiency as well. Scotty had shot the ball 6 of 7 from the field. B.I. had shot it 4 of 5 from the field. And you had R.J. Barrett shooting it at 5 of 9 from the field, guys. So those three guys were doing the work offensively. The defense was a little bit shaky, I felt, in the first half. Brooklyn did have 8 3-pointers. Raptors leaving the perimeter a little bit exposed at times, not closing down guys quick enough, keeping Brooklyn in the game, cut it down to 6 at one point after the Raptors had extended to like 15. And I'm saying to myself, come on now, we got to play tighter defense here. In the playoffs, this shit's going to be unacceptable. You're playing a Brooklyn team that's playing carefree basketball, locked in the bottom three, can't get any worse than what they are currently. So, they're just going to go out there and just play, had a lot of guys not playing in this game due to injuries and tanking reasons and all that other shit. So you just knew that Brooklyn was going to try and, play a little bit of a spoiler role, of course, but the Raptors, did some great things, did get complacent, just stuck to their game plan, started playing tighter defense, started controlling the rebounds in the glass more, and were able to push the ball on fast breaks and able to get easy buckets, get to the line. Raptors did a good job of that, guys. In the first half, the Raptors did turn the ball a little bit over carelessly. I felt in that first quarter, they turned the ball over 5 times, turning it over a total of 8 times. So they cut that down to 3 in the second quarter, which was good. You didn't want to turn the ball over a lot in this game and keep Brooklyn involved in the game and let them have confidence to try to spoil us in this game. But Raptors did a good job shooting-wise, guys, shooting 67% from the field, 47% from three-point line. Guys had 25 rebounds compared to Brooklyn's 27, so they had a little bit more extra rebounds than Nets. We did have 21 assists on 28 made field goals, so the Raptors were sharing the rock. Scotty was doing a great job with that as well, guys, having 8 assists alone in the first half for Scotty Barnes, man. Scotty was really dishing the ball around, and we know how Brooklyn is, guys, not a great defensive team, and Scotty was just picking his spots to move the basketball. He found Jakob a few times, found RJ a couple times, so Scotty was really moving the basketball well, because IQ didn't play a lot this game. Guys, IQ obviously still dealing with plantar fasciitis, so you knew that IQ didn't need to play much in this game because obviously Brooklyn, the Raptors, could get the job done with Jamal Shed. I felt was exactly what they did in this game, but obviously some frustrating moments, of course, like I mentioned with the turnovers, but the Raptors did a good job dominating in the paint in the first half, having 38 points in the paint, guys, 24 fast break points alone in the first half. It's a great job by the Raptors. We had 11 points off turnovers there, guys. So off the 8 turnovers the Nets had, we got 11 points, so that was good, taking advantage there. Brooklyn shot the ball 43%, 40% from 3 guys, like I mentioned, having 8 3-pointers and shooting 60% from the field. So we did want to limit that a little bit in the second half, and that's exactly what the Raptors did, guys. The Raptors scored 30 points in every quarter of this game. They just did a good job offensively, moving the basketball around, finding the open space, guys, making their shots as well. Even had guys like Jacoby, who had 9 points at halftime. You also had Jakob with 8 points, and then quickly was quiet with 4. Shed had 4, and Mamu had 5. But like I said, RJ, B.I., and Scotty were doing most of the work. Those 3 guys there knew coming into this game that they had to carry this Raptors team to a victory tonight. It was up to those 3 guys to push this team forward, especially Scotty and BI, the two leaders of this team. And that's exactly what both of them did tonight, guys. Scotty and BI did some great things tonight in this game. Even though Scotty didn't have 20 points tonight, he had 18 assists, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, guys. Scotty's 9th career triple-double, guys. Just a great job by Scotty, guys. He has been absolutely incredible this year, guys. Scotty has been. I think he's got 30 double-doubles this year on top of it. So he has been absolutely sensational for the Raptors this year. Obviously, his scoring has dipped a little bit. But now with the playoffs around the corner, I expect Scotty Barnes to step it up a level. Now, especially going up against Evan Mobley, of course, the guy drafted right after him. So that's going to be a very, very intense matchup if you ask me. And then you got BI with 25 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, guys. I'm Brandon Ingram. If you guys recall at the beginning of the season, he quoted saying they were going to make the playoffs, and I expected that as well. If you guys watched on my other channel, Rack One Filter, where I said at the beginning of the season, before I changed it to this channel, I said the Raptors, with the acquisition of Brandon Ingram last year, signing him to that 3-year extension, I said to myself, the Raptors are easily going to win between 45 and 50 games, close to 50 games. We fell right in the middle there with 46 wins. Brandon Ingram said they were going to make the playoffs, and that's exactly what they did. BI was absolutely sensational this year. Durable as hell. Sure, Brandon Ingram, there were some games where he wasn't good. Needed him to be great. Obviously, defense, he wasn't as good when he came into the beginning of the year, of course, but he's dramatically improved as the year has gone on. Of course, guys, that's credit to Coach Darko Rajakovic. Of course, the Raptors have a top 5 defense in the league this year. 15th ranked offense. They were like bottom of the league last year in offense, guys. Bottom of the league last year, of course, only winning 30 games last year. Now they've won 46 games plus 16. So Brandon Ingram has absolutely helped this team tend in the right direction, of course, giving them a bona fide scorer, guys, an option, of course, to help this team offensively, of course, guys, help Scotty alleviate pressure off him, RJ Barrett as well. So Brandon Ingram, for me, guys, has been a great addition to this team. Of course, this team obviously is not a finished product yet, but we're going in the right direction, guys. Even though we did have a great record against top 10 teams in the NBA this year, Brandon Ingram has done some great things for the Raptors this year, guys. And after having another great game tonight with 25 points, 7 of 10 shooting, guys, and 9 rebounds, like I mentioned, they're really solid finish to the regular season for Brandon Ingram, guys. Now, we also have guys like, we have Jakob Poeltl with 11, 5 of 5 from the field, guys. Yeah, Quick only played 16 minutes, guys, having 4 points. Like I mentioned there with the plantar fasciitis, RJ was great tonight, 26 points, guys. 9 of 15 from the field, just a really solid game by RJ Barrett. Obviously, RJ from Mississauga, he knows the magnitude of this game. Was in Bloody High School, graduating the year we won the title. He knows what it means to play in the playoffs, how the Raptors, when they get there, everybody supports them. How big it is this time of year. Now, he knew that they had to win this game, and he really stepped up tonight. Really solid performance by RJ Barrett. We're going to really need him to step up in the playoffs, of course. Take smart shots, not be a liability on defense, and not try to really hurt the Raptors, on certain things defensively, of course. But offensively, if he just takes the smart shots, drives the lane, draws fouls, makes the smart passes, and not taking inexcusable shots, and taking shots that are low percentage, of course, then I think the Raptors and RJ Barrett might have a possibility of beating Cleveland. I'm not saying they're going to. Cleveland's obviously the favorite, of course, but we'll see what happens, guys. Now, Jacoby had 11, 3 of 5 from the field. Jacoby continues to shoot the basketball well, especially from behind the arc. He's going to be a really important piece for the Raptors. Him and CMB, especially, guys, obviously CMB, obviously Jacoby, you got Shed as well. Those guys are going to be very important defensively for the Raptors, guys. AJ Lawson, who had 10 points on the bench, had his 2-way contract converted into a standard NBA deal. Congratulations to him. He had 10 minutes on 10 points. Listen, AJ Lawson, you might need some perimeter shooting from him. 4 or 6 from the field, guys. You might need AJ Lawson in the playoffs. I really like what he does when he comes off the bench. Grinds every minute he's on the floor. Works his ass off every time he's on the floor, guys. So AJ Lawson's also another Canadian kid from here as well, guys. So guys like him and RJ Barrett knows the meaning of playing for your country, for your city. These guys here are going to really try to step it up a notch and try to play great for the Raptors in the playoffs, guys. But listen, man, Brooklyn, a lot of injuries, obviously tanking. Didn't expect the Raptors to lose this game or get, this game being close. So like I said, it was a bit shaky, but Brooklyn really didn't play anybody. They played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys. Come on. Let's be honest here. The Nets didn't really have a chance tonight in this game. They're just trying to get through this season right now. Jordi Fernandez, their coach, of course, Obviously Canada's basketball coach. This is a rebuilding team. He's got to go through the growing pains right now. With the Nets trying to get a top 3 pick, of course, but they have been in absolute purgatory for quite some time, the Brooklyn Nets. They got a long way to go still before they become relevant once again in the NBA, guys. But solid win for the Raptors tonight, guys. Finishing 64% from the field, 64%, 44% from three-point land there, guys. 76% from free throw line, guys. Obviously, that's got to be up there close to 85, 90%, because we obviously know in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit. Drawing fouls, having those extra points, those free baskets there, those are absolutely vital in playoff situations. Raptors end up out-rebounding Brooklyn 50-44. 36 assists for the Raptors on 51 made field goals, so that's great as well. 40 fast break points, 29 points off turnovers. We limited the turnovers, guys, only having 2 in the second half, so that's great. A total of 10. Brooklyn had 16, 72 points in the paint compared to Brooklyn's 44, guys. Just an absolute dominating performance by the Raptors tonight, guys. And like I mentioned, man, thank God for Miami. Even though Atlanta did sit guys, focusing on health more than seeding, thank God Miami got the job done tonight. And thank God to the Boston Bloody Celtics, who sat everybody and played their bloody G League team. Having 3 guys in career highs in points. They had, I think, Garza, that Sarnagan kid, I think his name is, and Harper, former Raptor. Those guys there had like 30, 27, and 25, something like that. And those guys there came up huge and holding off the Magic and defeating them. And I saw Magic fans, they are absolutely losing their shit right now, knowing that they just lost to the G League Celtics team. Like, my God, man, the Raptors got a little bit lucky, of course, with both those teams losing tonight. But listen, guys, we'll take it. Now that we know who the Raptors are facing, of course, in the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Raptors, of course, had played Cleveland in October and mid-November 3 times. Raptors beat them all 3 times. We also know what Jamison Battle did in Cleveland on Halloween night, going 6 for 6, guys. So, listen, I feel, guys, against the Knicks, it would have been a harder matchup for the Raptors, especially for Jakob Poeltl. Like, look what happened to Jakob Poeltl today. He was defending the perimeter. One guy just blew right by him, and it looked like the man was on bloody skates and fell right on his ass. With now playing guys like Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, Jakob Poeltl now can be more effective, stay down low in the paint, guarding a guy like Allen, who's not really a perimeter threat. This matchup, I feel, is way more suitable for the Toronto Raptors, guys. Barnes guards Mobley. Like I said, Yak on Allen, guys. You're going to have guys like RJ maybe on Harden or BI on Harden. I don't know how the matchups are going to work, guys. Maybe Quickly on Donovan Mitchell. Who knows if Quickly's even ready to go for the playoffs. It's going to be interesting to see how this series goes, but I do feel it's more of a favorable matchup. Cleveland is 19-7 since acquiring James Harden. We obviously know the struggles that James Harden has had in the playoffs. But listen, it's a new year, guys. We've seen the Raptors struggle against these better teams in the NBA, but I feel this series will be a lot more interesting, more of a surprising matchup compared to what the Knicks were. You knew against the Knicks, it was probably more of a predictable series. You knew the Knicks were probably going to beat the Raptors in maybe 4 or 5 games. 6, maybe if you're pushing it to say the least. But now I feel this matchup against Cleveland, even though Cleveland is the favorite, I feel the Raptors have a little bit more of an opportunity and a chance to maybe beat the Cavaliers and maybe go on to a second round. It's not a guarantee, of course, but you got guys like Mamu who could stretch the floor. RJ and Ingram as well can do the same thing. CMB is obviously going to be a major X factor defensively and offensively if he is guarding a guy like Mobley or Allen, if they want to play small ball, the Raptors, forcing Allen to come out and defend the perimeter. So there's going to be a lot of options that the Raptors have. They're going to have to come up with a game plan, to pull those guys out of the paint. They're guys like Allen and Mobley, like I mentioned there. But we got some guys, that can make it difficult for the Cavaliers and vice versa, of course. It's going to be a very interesting series, of course, guys. We obviously know that Cleveland is a little bit fragile now. A lot of people calling them frauds from last year after finishing first in the Eastern Conference, then losing to Indiana last year in the playoffs, guys. There's obviously a lot of question marks regarding Cleveland's mental toughness and everything else. Cleveland is the favorite. That is something that I don't think Cav fans really want right now, them being a favorite, because the pressure will be on them to win this series. The Raptors can go in there as the underdog with the mentality of saying, hey, everybody's doubting us. Let's just go in there, play our game, and try to pull off an upset. Listen, guys, the Raptors, who knows what's going to happen in this series, but I feel that this is a way better matchup for the Raptors, guys, in terms of man-on-man defense and offense and everything else. This is going to be a very, very interesting series, guys. The playoffs start on Saturday. Raptors got their business done tonight. Good thing they got their business done without any wrinkles, without any issues, guys. And like we're watching the Raptors in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's like choking Scotty. The refs don't give him any bloody calls either. Expect something maybe similar like that in the playoffs as well with the referees. Let's hope the Raptors get a little bit more of a whistle this time around. Scotty's first time making the playoffs, since his rookie year, since 2022. The Raptors are finally clinching. This is great, guys. We're finally back in the playoff picture. Of course, we've only been in the playoffs one other time since we won the championship in 19, guys. So, we obviously knew we had to rebuild after that asshole left to go back home. But now we're obviously turning a new leaf with this younger core. Of course, Scotty's second time around with the Raptors going into the playoffs. Brandon Ingram's first time with this team. Let's see how this team does, guys. I'm really looking forward to see how they do in the playoffs against the Cavaliers. Should be a very interesting. Coach Darko, coaching the Raptors. Let's see what game plan he has, after having his 100th win a couple days ago, guys. Coach Darko's going to have to come up with a really big game plan to find a way to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, guys. But I'm really looking forward to seeing playoff basketball again here in Toronto, guys. We'll love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on how this series is going to go for the Raptors, guys. Should be a very interesting one. Who knows when the Raptors play, Saturday or Sunday? I have no idea. But be on the lookout, guys, for videos during the playoffs. Maybe even a preview video, most likely. But we'll see what happens, guys. We'll see you at the end of the week, guys, when the playoffs do start. Play-ins are going to be interesting as well. Playoffs are now locked in as well. We'll see who the matchups are at the end of the week. Things are going to be really interesting now with the playoffs around the corner, guys. But we'll love your thoughts and opinions on this one, guys. So go like this video. Subscribe if you guys want to see more content. Go Raptors, go as always, guys. See you guys on the next episode of Raptors Unfiltered. Ciao, guys.